Hello, this is Akiko Sudano at StampinInTheMeadows.com in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And I am so excited about this pretty Christmas card. This is a very, very simple Christmas card, but it's just so elegant. And I used the pretty I forgot the name. Peaceful Place Designer Series paper. And this is a specialty designer series paper with lots of different little gold foil in it and in different shades of grays and white. Hi, Chi. Thank you so much for joining me. And I have kept it simple. I've used the sentiment from the Inspired Thoughts stamp set that as for my card today, and then I used the trees from the die set that comes with the Whimsical Trees bundle. It's the Christmas tree dies. So, and it's just a simple, elegant, pretty little card. So let me show you the Inspired Thoughts stamp set. This is a stamp set that has a lot of different. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me. Has a lot of different sentiments for lots of different occasions, and this was from the annual catalog. And it has also, and I used this sentiment for the front of the card, and then on the inside, I stamped this one. This font also goes with a lot of the other Christmas stamp sets from the mini catalog, the holiday mini catalog. And this is the dies from the Christmas tree dies, and I used this die and this die, and I cut these trees out of the silver foil that comes in. There's another specialty silver foil that has lots of different kinds of silver in it. Hi Debbie, thank you for joining me. There's this one that's a darker silver, and then this is the one. So I use these two. This is sort of a striated, but it's also slightly holographic, so you can see tints of pink and green in there, but also I came out much shinier after I die cut it. And this is the other one with the kind of mauve-ish background that is in so you've got the three different types of silver foil in that paper pack, but this one also goes really good with some of the pinks and purples that you put in Christmas cards. Hi Amy, thank you for joining me. All right, so here's my card, and I've got a number of things already pulled together, but I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. First, this is my vellum, and I was so glad to be able to use the vellum successfully on this card. And I've already die cut a lot of the trees, so I'm going to put these kind of aside. I'm going to put these right here, and I'm going to go ahead and start with my card base. And I just love this. I don't know. This looks kind of like just kind of a wild and a wild scene with the silver foil and the white. And I've just taken I have a top folding, thick basic white card base. And I'm going to just adhere this panel to, let me move this up aside here so that I can kind of align these together. Make sure that to help me with my vertical placement here approximately. And let's see here, about right here. There we go. Yeah. I think I need to move it over a little bit more. And that's right there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That looks approximately right. And that looks okay. Good. So this is just very simple. Just adhere the pretty paper on your thick basic white, and then this is the second panel that I have, and this has got the pretty silver foil stars on the back of it, but I wanted to use this this sweet little check design to kind of lighten it up and give a contrast in the back here. And just line this up so that it goes across the edge here. And I didn't measure how far this lined up, so I want to kind of get it approximately. This panel is cut 1 3/4 by 4. So, and this panel is cut 3 by 4. So even the sizes are fairly straight. So that looks like it's approximate, and the lines here look like they're good, and it looks kind of like it's set up. So that's basically the card front there. So I'm going to put this aside, and then we'll work on the vellum. And you know, I was just so pleased. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment, and I've got it mounted here. And this is a cling stamp set. So I'm going to stamp this in Versamark ink and then put it with silver embossing powder. I'm going to put this down kind of in the corner here. Peace, love, and joy. And then put it down, and then I'll die cut it using the 3rd largest layering circles die. And then if, you know, I can, when I position my die cut, I can make sure that I've got it, make any adjustments I need. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me. So just blob it with the silver embossing powder. And that looks fairly clean, so that's good. It's easy because it's all nice and contained in one little spot, which makes it easy. And turn on my heat tool and heat this up. This should go pretty fast. Come on. There. This E still needs a little bit more. There we go. And then turn that off. There. So that's our sentiment. And we'll just put that in the corner. And it will be good. We can adjust that on the card front here once we get this cut out. But I'm going to take this over to my die cutting machine, and I'll cut it out. Oh my goodness, you had a nice long walk. That's beautiful. We have had cold weather here, but I think it's supposed to be warming up for next week. So I can't wait. My husband does a lot of walking, but I have been a little bit squeamish about it with the cold. There we go. So this is how it came out. I think that comes out really nice. Now the objective here is going to be to center this on the panel, and I want to, since this is vellum, I want to be strategic about where I put my adhesive. So I've got little glue dots behind some of these little gems here, and then behind the placement of the trees here. So I think. And one of the things that with these trees that I did also is that I went ahead and I put the adhesive sheets on on the foil paper before I die cut them. So it's just a matter of peeling the backing off of that so that I could get. So I'm going to put these trees on my panel first so that I can place my glue dots behind it. Okay, so that's one of them. This one, I think I must have put it in, put a couple different pieces on. So finding the thing to pull it off. But one of the reasons that I especially wanted to use, and for this one, I definitely recommend using it because these tree stems, that's, I think, a big part of what makes these trees uh, so nice is because they're so skinny, but that's just impossible to hold any glue. So you want to you want to have some alternative. And on here, I think I made this spacing just a little bit too, a little too much. So I'm going to try to bring this tree a little bit closer this time. And I've got that there, and get the tree trunk straight. So then the next one, I did the same thing with. I've got, and I'm pulling the adhesive off, and I'll put that one next to the other tree. These trees are just so elegant and so pretty. I think every card, every Christmas card that I've seen with these little trees on them is just beautiful. So, and they're pretty easy to do as well. And I'm just using two of them here, but I've seen them in like non-traditional colors also, and that's just really pretty too, with pink trees, with green trees, and turquoise trees, and that's really nice. So definitely got to try that. So I think that's good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put my glue dots behind the trees here. I'll put one right here. I'm going to stick one up here. Go down. And then I'll put one behind the other tree. And then I think I've got one over on the side here. I think I'll do that as well. And I'll put a gem over there. And then I'll stick one up here, and I'll cover that one with the gem as well. There. All right, and then the next thing is to turn this over and get this positioned. Kind of centered on my thing there. There we go. And give that a good press down. And I don't, so that's it. And okay, I do see them now. I see the things. One of the things about this with the vellum here is that I was so impressed with is that a lot of times the vellum will look a little gray, but since my background color is gray, it really looks beautiful with it. So I think I'm going to use these. These are the Epoxy Dots. These are, and I'm using the clear ones, but they come in silver and clear. And these are kind of diamond-shaped ones that I'm going to use for the card today. On my sample card, I used the round ones. You've got the round ones and the diamond-shaped ones, and then the teardrop ones up on the very top there. So I'm going to use the diamond-shaped ones here. And let's see, I think here's another one. And you know what? I'm just realizing it, but the diamond goes really well with contrasting with picking up the design of the diamonds on this background paper. That's perfect. Actually, I think I'm going to put, this is sticking up a little here. I'm going to put this guy right down here, and I'm going to stick a glue dot behind that to secure that down, because that's making me a little crazy here. Boom, right there. There. Now it's down. Okay. So, and you could use either the clear, or you could use the silver. But I think that's done. That's the front of my card. So this is a clean and simple card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very brave, and I am going to stamp my sentiment, my inside sentiment, directly on, because I'm using a thick basic white card base. So what I did was I stamped my sentiment directly on, and then I put another of these trees made with the same designer series paper on the inside next to the sentiment here. So let's go ahead and do that again, and I am going to flatten this guy by, make sure it's nice and flat by sticking stamp block on top there. And I've got my stamp on here, and I'm going to stamp this in smoky slate ink. Ink that up, and about right here. Put it down. Estimate about right here, and hope we've got it straight. And that comes out, that looks pretty good. Yay. So if it didn't work out, my backup plan was go ahead and cut another panel of basic white to cover it up, and do my stamping on the basic white, and then cover that up, and nobody was going to know. But I figured that since this was the objective was to keep it clean and simple, we'll just go ahead and stamp it on the inside of the card without a inside panel. And the hardest thing is pulling off the adhesive sheet covers. I think there we go. Okay, so this is done. Stick it on with my tweezer so that I can see things better without my fat fingers getting in the way. And then putting just that simple tree next to it, and it picks up on the designer series paper in the front, and my card is done. And that's the inside, very simple. And then that's the outside. And that's my card for today. Hello, Chris. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you like it, and I hope you give it a try. And thank you so much for joining me. Everybody have a great week, and I will be back next weekend with another card. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.